Absolutely. Nick, you know, as you were describing this, as you were describing Virat Kohli's mentality, his fitness routine, and how he's always looking to have that, get that incremental 1% improvement or that 2% improvement. The reason I was smiling is because, the person who sprung to mind was Cristiano Ronaldo. In many ways, you could call Virat Kohli the Cristiano Ronaldo of cricket, or perhaps, Cristiano the Virat Kohli of football. I think that's a good segue to something that I had in mind. If you look at the fitness levels of some of the players right now, some of the elite players right now, even at the age of 36, 37, as they're nearing their 40s, they're still extremely fit. If you look at Cristiano, he's 36 right now, still firing on all cylinders. Lionel Messi, 34. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he's 40. MS Dhoni is 40. He still, won the IPL title for Chennai Super Kings, and a whole host of other examples. This wasn't very common earlier, maybe 10 years back or 15 years back. I remember having a conversation with Harbhajan Singh in the KKR bubble when I was doing some work for KKR as the presenter. Yeah. And I remember asking him, Bhaji, who was the fitness freak amongst all you players in the Indian team when you were at your peak? And he said, it's a good question that you asked me, but I can't really think of anyone who was like Virat Kohli during my day when I was donning the colours of the Indian cricket team. So there definitely has been a paradigm shift, as we called it. Now, Nick, how do you think this shift has helped players, not just in cricket, in football, in sport in general? Like, what do you think this? What are some of the ways in which this has helped the performance of the players, as well as perhaps helped sport in general?
Good question. I think these guys are playing longer because guys like me and the services and facilities that are available and the resources available to these guys is exponential now. There's a lot of investment in nutrition, psychology, physical preparation, sports science, physiotherapy, medical, that allows these guys to play longer. So there's a lot more facilities and resources available to these guys. But also, life in sport for these guys is short term. If you think of a guy and a cricketer, even a football player, to go to 40, they would have been playing, let's just say 20 years. That's a small portion of your life. So you want to make the best of that and the most of that. And these guys are commodities, this is their living as well. So you want to make the most of it. And if you can extend that for as long as you can, as long as you're enjoying the process and enjoying being around the team and playing the sport, whether it's football or cricket, then albeit, there's the research and the science and the facilities and resources available for them to do it, as long as they have the mindset to do it. If you compare the guys like Ronaldo and Virat Kohli, one thing that stands out is these guys' mindset. They are just so meticulous and they have spent so much time discovering how their bodies work. You talk to Virat Kohli, he is very in tune with his body, and it comes down to their mindset of, performance and how can I get the most out of my body and my mind that can affect my skills on the field and how I perform. So I think once you get to a certain level like Ronaldo, I feel, yes, and Virat Kohli, you don't want your fitness to be a determining factor of failure. Virat Kohli is failing again, he's not that fit, or Ronaldo, no, he's getting heaps of injuries, or you take that off the cards, you take that off the table, you are fit the entire time. But I think the most crucial part, as soon as you start getting older, is the mindset and how you feel that you can best contribute to the team in the sport, and that comes down to their preparation as well. So it's an integrated approach. So it's not just one thing.
And I'm guessing, and the physical and the mental also complement each other beautifully. I remember coming across an interview of Virat Kohli. This was probably like 6 or 7 years back when he was, at his very prime, 2016, 2017. And he had mentioned in the interview that, ever since I got physically fitter, I started thinking a lot better. I started having positive thoughts in my mind. And that's one of the reasons why Charles Duhigg, who's an author, he wrote The Power of Habit. He calls fitness a keystone habit as well. Of course, it improves how you look physically, but it also improves the nature of your mind. You start thinking better, you have clearer thoughts, as a result of which, when you go out there, you can freely express yourself and you don't enter the field with any baggage, mental or physical.
Correct. And I'll always remember when I worked in New Zealand cricket, we had a sports psychologist, Gary Hermanson. He a legend in New Zealand cricket, and he's worked with a lot of sports anyway as well. And like I said earlier, you take fitness off the table, but as the fitter you are, Gary Hermanson will say you have that mind-body connection. So if you go out to bat and you're unfit, or you've just run a 3 and you're huffing and puffing and you can't concentrate, your mind's all foggy and you're worried about how am I going to run the next quick single or a quick 2, and you make poor decisions. Where if you're the fitter you are, you are able to think clearly. You have that mind-body connection where that if you are in the moment, you are thinking very clearly around your process, what you got to do next. Where if you're not, you haven't got that mind-body connection, you are tired, you freeze, you can't think clearly around the processes and your routines that you have pre-ball, or if you're at the top of the mark of your bowler. Yeah, so I'll always talk about that mind-body connection, and the influence of, your mental preparedness for your skills. So yeah, it has a huge correlation and a translation to how guys express themselves with their skills. The fitter you are, the more clearly you can think, the more in the moment you can be. Yeah, it's a huge piece of the puzzle that I think us as head of performance and strength conditioning can really integrate well with other professionals. And look, these guys here, the Indian team, they are here because of their processes. They understand the game very, very well. It's just about refining how they go about their business and allowing them to discover the answers that they need if they're not performing as well with their skills, because they've got the answers with them. It's just about, finding solutions as quickly as we can, because sometimes we only have a day between games. So yeah, the mental preparedness and ensuring that these guys stay with their routines and as fit as they can so it doesn't influence their skills is hugely important.